Ladies and gentlemen, lovers of American democracy, get the popcorn. A MAGA civil war is exploding over new conspiracy theories about the death of Charlie Kirk. And at the center of it all, none other than Donald Trump. This is syphilis-level crazy. Go figure. Welcome to Occupy Democrats. I'm David Reddish. Last month, the murder of Charlie Kirk rocked the nation and gave Donald Trump and his flock of scavengers plenty of bandwidth to grandstand and demagogue, not to mention, use Kirk's death as a predicate to attack their own political enemies. Remember this address from the Oval Office just days after Kirk's death.
To my great fellow Americans, I am filled with grief and anger at the heinous assassination of Charlie Kirk on a college campus in Utah. This is a dark moment for America. Charlie Kirk traveled the nation, joyfully engaging with everyone interested in good faith debate. Those on the radical left have compared wonderful Americans like Charlie to Nazis and the world's worst mass murderers and criminals. This kind of rhetoric is directly responsible for the terrorism that we're seeing in our country today, and it must stop right now.
So much for unifying and comforting a nation, right? That clip, by the way, has become the subject of conspiracy theories too, with speculation by the left and right that it is AI-generated. Why would Trump give an AI-generated address? See our other videos for more on his health woes. And while I in no way endorse these theories, it doesn't seem like that far a cry. And for more conspiratorial nuttery, stick around. This gets really wacky. When Tyler Robinson, the alleged shooter of Charlie Kirk, turned himself in to authorities, it looked like any wacky theories about Kirk's death would also be laid to rest. However, in the era of Trump 2.0, anything can become the subject of loony internet conspiracies. Even Know-Nothing podcaster Joe Rogan is buying in.
There's a lot of weird going on with Whirly.
I almost texted you when the Charlie Kirk thing happened because my antennas went up about, they showed the photo of that kid, or the guy that they have, the 22-year-old, whatever. And I was almost going to be like, dude.
This kid had a rifle with a scope. Now, here's where it gets weird. The first images of this rifle with a scope, I swear to God, it looks like he has a composite stock on it.
Is it just me, or does that look and sound like a fourth grader looking at a grainy textbook picture of the Kennedy assassination and announcing that he solved the whole dang thing? If there's one thing that's true of online conspiracy theorists, it's that they always want to feel smarter than they actually are. Which brings us to today's new development. Following Kirk's memorial, as his death faded into the background of the news cycle, a number of prominent MAGA figures have begun to traffic conspiracy theories about his death. They range from speculating that Mossad had him killed because he was about to stop supporting Israel, to a theory popularized by Candace Owens that Kirk's own company, Turning Point USA, had him murdered to protect their finances, and that his wife was in on it. Yeah, right. And while right-wing nuts like Owens or Laura Loomer might peddle this nonsense to get viewers, and money, of course, that doesn't mean it won't backfire, which is exactly what's now happening. Michael Wolff, the author of 4 books on Donald Trump, has gone public with his own amazement surrounding these conspiracy theories and explains how they are tearing MAGA world apart.
Let's delineate the sides here. So that's not the consensus. The Justice Department still very clearly believes they've solved this crime. They have their culprit.
Tyler Robinson.
It happened. I mean, he shot Charlie Kirk because his lover is a trans or in the process of. That's the Justice Department narrative. Now, significant MAGA voices are coming forward and saying that's absolutely untrue. Not only is that absolutely untrue, but this is a cover-up. It's a whitewash. It's a cover-up. The Trump administration is telling a bald lie.
Okay.
Tyler Robinson, and this, I am channeling what they're saying. I believe all this is nutso. But their view is that Tyler Robinson is a fall guy. They set him up. That Erica Kirk, the wife,
the widow,
is see if I can extrapolate this properly. A sleeper agent somehow connected to her participation in a Donald Trump beauty pageant. So Trump and Erica Kirk go way back in
because she was Miss Colorado, right?
Establishing this sleeper relationship. She's activated to monitor Charlie Kirk, and then appears to be complicit in the MAGA view, or the view of some of these MAGA voices, in her husband's murder. But the real culprit in the murder is Israel. And they have murdered Charlie Kirk because he was expressing doubts about Israel's actions in Gaza, and then apparently about to break with Israel and the general Republican Party in a much more dramatic way.
Which is why this is interesting and why we're taking it seriously, because there are lots of conspiracy theories out there that we don't pay attention to. But this is interesting because it suggests a riff in the MAGA base.
Yes. So they come together. The nature of the rifts that are occurring here and converging in Charlie Kirk. We have the instance of his death. You made that up. Cover up. Why? Because you, the Trump White House, are complicit in Israel's savage attack on Gaza, continuing attack. And we, these MAGA voices, no longer accept that.
Told you you'd need popcorn. This is crazy. And how much fun would it be to watch MAGA world destroy itself over Charlie Kirk conspiracy theories? The irony is, as Wolf correctly points out there, that these theories only get traction because Trump and so many in his orbit traffic in conspiracies themselves. Kash Patel, Dan Bongino, RFK with his vaccine stupidity, Steve Bannon, and the list goes on. And the next thing you know, Tucker Carlson or someone like him will put forward the theory that Charlie Kirk's actually still alive. He's just hanging out with Elvis and Michael Jackson before he runs for president. Or something. So stay tuned. In other words, the crazy is just getting started. This is Occupy Democrats.